What up guys, I'm Sammy. Welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Jordan Why Not 0.3. So this is Russell Westbrook's third signature shoe with Jordan brand. It's going for 130 bucks, so they increased the price by $5 from last year's model. Not a huge deal. I guess $130 would be in the mid-tier pricing. If you guys want to cop, I'll leave a link in the description box. But let's get it started off with the traction. So as far as the traction goes, it looks like just some Thunderbolts, and it's a very soft rubber, so durability does not seem good, and there are some kind of nubs ripping off. Definitely do not play with these outdoors. It doesn't seem like it's gonna be durable at all. As far as the performance on the indoor court, it was really good. Very hard bite, but it does pick up dust. One good thing about the performance on dust is that it never really slid out horribly, like the Jordan 31. When you let too much dust build up on the outsole, it just you slide out 3 feet and then you blow out your knee or something. This, it's just it slides a little bit. Obviously that's not ideal, but it's way better than sliding out and injuring yourself. So dust performance, it was okay. It's a pretty easy wipe as well. Not the easiest and not the hardest. You just kind of have to wipe a little bit, and then once you do, you have a few good stops again. And then as far as it picking up dust, it picks up dust pretty quickly as well. So if you're playing on a pretty dusty court, you're gonna have to wipe pretty frequently. If you're used to that, that's okay. But if you don't like it, then it probably isn't the best option for you. So the traction was okay. I usually play on a dusty court and I have to wipe pretty frequently. But overall, it's a pretty nice traction pattern. As far as the heel to toe transition goes, you have a very nice curved shape here in the heel. So it's kind of like a rocking motion here. It's not clunky at all in the heel. You have this decoupling, which kind of, this plastic, sometimes, for example, in the Jordan 28, I felt the shoe kind of caving in on itself. But with this, it didn't really do that. So the decoupling didn't really, matter to me. And of course, you have a nice curved shape here in the forefoot, as well as it's pretty easy to flex here in the forefoot. So heel to toe transition overall is very good. So the cushion is pretty damn nice. They improved it from the 0.2, or in my opinion, it's a little bit better. In the heel, there's not a lot of heel compression, but it feels pretty soft. If you look at the video, it only compresses here on the lateral side in the heel, but I can feel my foot kind of digging into the actual foam. So that feels pretty nice. Court feel is also improved from last year's model, but it's still not really good. Comparing to the Curry 7 or the Harden Volume 4, it's still not as good as those, but court feel is not bad. It's not horrible like the LeBron 17. And then there is a 4-foot zoom unit. It feels really nice, bouncy. I had to break it in just for a couple of hours, and I can feel it. It's very bouncy, and it feels pretty similar to the 2. A bouncy, explosive feeling in the 4-foot. So if you're very explosive, you move in a pretty linear fashion, and you have a quick first step, then it's a nice cushion setup. So yeah, overall, impact protection is really good. Nice bounce in the 4-foot. Court feel is pretty good. I feel like this cushion setup, a lot of people will enjoy. All right, moving on to the materials. So the materials, as far as quality goes, it's not very nice, but you basically have a foam back mesh here in the 4-foot. It's not the thinnest material, but it's not super thick, especially compared to last year's. And then you have some synthetic materials in the toe area for toe drags, extra added durability. And also you have a whole bunch of materials and synthetic materials on the lateral and medial side. And then here in the ankle area, you have an inner booty. I'm not a huge fan of that design because I feel like it just adds a lot of bulk. Why not just have one material and I guess add some padding? Why do you need this inner booty? But it's a lot thinner than last year's, and overall the material quality isn't very good, but it gets the job done. It's soft. It feels pretty cozy on foot. And of course, you do have this midfoot strap, which we'll get into. As far as the fit goes, you can go true to size. Width-wise, I would say it's around normal. And then in the toe area, it's not super snug, but there's not a lot of toe room either. So it was okay for me. For me personally, I like to have a really snug fit, but this was pretty good. And also, this does stretch out. So if it's a little tight at first, it does break in a little bit. It doesn't stretch out a lot, but it stretches out enough to where if it's a little uncomfortable, it'll stretch out a little bit for you guys. And I also really like this midfoot strap. So the Kyrie 6 is a strap where it just goes from one side to the other. It's just one strap, right? In the 0.3, this strap comes from this side, loops around from here, and then actually straps on. So you have a lot more force to tighten here in the midfoot area, and you can definitely feel the midfoot strap tightening you know, around your foot. As far as support and lockdown goes, it's really good. On the lateral side, I guess you do have this strap, you know, this plastic material to cage you in for lateral movements. It's pretty soft, so I don't think it helps that much. But also the foam does come up a lot, so you do have lateral caging from that. And so I had no issues with lateral containment. And you have an additional Achilles pillow, which feels very nice. It locks your heel down, feels comfortable also on your Achilles, so no heel slippage or anything. I felt laterally stable, so supporting lockdown, very good. All right, as far as the weight goes, it's 12.8, 12.9 ounces. My average is around 12.5, so 0.4 ounces heavier than that is like nothing, so it feels average. And it feels a lot lighter and a lot more minimal than last year's model. So I mean, if you like the 0.2 but you know, you felt like it was a little bulky on your foot, then the 0.3 is a great option. It's still not the most minimal feeling shoe though. You know, the materials, there's a lot of it, and personally I like to have a really minimal material, but you know, if you don't mind that, then it's not a huge deal. And you do feel fast playing it. You know, supporting lockdown is good, fits good, traction's really good. If you're playing on dust, if you wipe, you know, traction's still good, so you can still feel pretty fast while you're playing in it, but it's not the most minimal and lightest feeling shoe ever. As far as step and comfort goes, you know, just casually walking around, is it comfortable? Yeah, it's pretty damn comfortable. You know, you can feel the forefoot zoom in it. You got to break it in a little bit, but once you do, it feels nice compression, nice little bounce. And then, you know, the materials aren't bad. It's cozy, it's thick and all that, so casual use, pretty damn nice. As far as ventilation goes, ventilation is okay. I wouldn't say it's the hottest shoe, which is good. This foam back mesh allows for a little bit more ventilation than I guess like a really thick knit, especially like in the LeBron 17. So ventilation was okay. Durability seems really good as far as the upper goes, but the actual outsole does not seem durable at all. Moving on to the aesthetics. I mean, the aesthetics still, like, I'm not a huge fan of it. I mean, it grew on me a little bit. You know, definitely at first I really didn't like it. You know, getting in hand, it looks a little bit cooler, but overall it's okay. You know, it's very different. You know, that's what I like. You know, Russell Westbrook designs whatever the hell he wants and he just puts it in his shoe, which I think is really cool. But you know, for me personally, not my favorite silhouette. Tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics of the 0.3 down in the comment section below. So wrapping things up, is this shoe a good performer? Yeah, it's a really nice performer. I enjoyed playing in it. It's definitely not like my top 3. Like, you know, for me personally, I would have liked it to be a little bit lighter and a little bit more minimal, but I do like the direction that they're taking, especially from his older shoes, like the 0.1, 0.1 is so heavy, so bulky, clunky feeling. Everything else about that shoe was really nice, but like, and also I usually don't care too much about the weight as long as it's like not crazy, but that shoe I did not like playing. So they're taking a step in the right direction with this shoe. But yeah, I mean, if you don't mind that a little bit heavier or a little bit bulkier of a shoe, everything else is really nice, and the price is pretty good. And I think most people, most positions can play in it. You know, if you're an explosive guard, you can play in it, especially if you're going in a very linear direction while you're playing. If that's what you do, this is a great option. If you're a bigger guy, this shoe has a lot of support, also a lot of cushion, so it's good for you know, bigger guys. So I mean, it's a very good overall, like, all-around shoe. So that's my review of the Jordan Why Not 0.3. Again, if you guys want to cop, I'll leave a link in the description box. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.